Hey everybody, and welcome to Slowpoke Racing and to the Ultimate Racing League. This is our Wednesday BTCC Replica Championship, and we've come to the end. This is it. It is a very sad day. We have come to the final three races of this, what has turned out to be an absolutely awesome championship. Many had their doubts at week one, when they were all struggling with the cars, but we've got to week 10, and yeah, everybody loves it. If you've not seen any of this championship before, then I would suggest you go back, have a look through some of the races, because they have been absolutely epic. We are in the street cars. It is what it is. It is what it says on the tin. It's the BTCC replica, so street cars that have been tuned, and we dump them on track, and the guys get around as quick as they can. But we have had some brilliant races this season, so looking forward to this one. It is just a shame it is on this track. It is in my opinion, the worst track in GT7. If you disagree, then just drop me something in the comments to tell me what you think is the worst track. But this one, Willow Springs International Raceway, Streets of Willow. Yeah, in my opinion, the worst track in the game. But yeah, let me know if you disagree. Anyway, I do want to go into the points, if I can find them. I've got paper everywhere this morning. I just want to go through the points now. I'm going to go through the top six. Now, there is a reason I'm doing the top six instead of the usual top five. And that is because we have had a withdrawal from the championship. A shock withdrawal from the championship, I might add. So let's have a look at the table, shall we? Now then, topping the table at the minute is Neil Farmack with 427 points, and to be fair, it doesn't look like anybody is going to get anywhere near him, so I'm going to say it now. Congratulations to Neil Farmack for the win. I can't see anybody catching him. Stormfly in second. He's got 373 points and is missing from this race. So again, congratulations to Neil. It has just been handed to him. And in third place is Wadru on 363 points, but he is the shock withdrawal from the championship. So Neil Farmack topping the table, and these closest two rivals are not here today. In fourth is Brian Moncani on 329 points. Fifth is Grasshopper on 323 points. And sixth is Scooby on 293 points. Now, the reason I've put six up there, obviously with the withdrawal from the championship of Wadru, then everybody else is going to move up a spot, I would imagine. I'm not sure whether Wadru will keep his place, I don't know. But I would have thought if you withdraw, then you lose your spot, and everybody moves up one. So it looks at the minute, it is Neil Farmack, Stormfly, Brian Moncani, Grasshopper, and then Scooby. So that's the points table leading into this race. So again, congratulations to Neil Farmack. I don't think anybody's going to catch him, so well done to him. And thoroughly deserved as well. Had some great races, especially of late. The last few weeks, Neil Farmack really come into his own, and has just, well, led the way. So as I said, we are on the worst track. I will say it again. We're at Willow Springs International Raceway, 1.8 miles, 15 turns. It is a real track, but there's no corner names or anything with this one, because it is just part of the big Willow Springs Raceway thing. I'm not quite sure what they use this for, cycling probably. So it's I don't think they use it for anything other than messing about. So no corner names, unfortunately. Just outside of California, actually, in Rosamond. That is why we have got sand literally everywhere. So let's just crack on, shall we? We'll go down the grid. We'll have a look and see who is where. Now let's have a look. Now then, Grasshopper has managed to put himself on pole position. Now, he's been on pole position 3 times, but he's only managed to get a win once out of those 3, so he'll be looking to change that statistic today. Neil Farmack, our championship leader, is in second, Scooby in third. Scooby's had some fantastic results over the last few weeks. He's been on the podium 3 times as well this season, so he's no stranger to it. Looking to do the same today, I'm sure. Brian Moncani in fourth, Unforgiven fifth, Nath is sixth, Stealth is seventh in the Only Focus. Now, I do believe he's trying a new setup today, so we will see how he gets on. And Brownie in eighth in the Civic. Not really got into it, this Civic. It is a fantastic car, but not really got into the championship, unfortunately. But I'm hoping for bigger and better things from him today. Maybe this track is it suits that Civic, and Brownie can really show us what he can do in it. We shall see. So let's get back onto the main camera and we'll get this race underway. So 3 15-minute sprint races for you, no pit stop scheduled. I'm sure there may be lots of sandcastle building if the guys go off track. That's the only problem with this this course. If you do go off, it takes you ages to come back on. So into turn 1 they go, and we've already seen some dust and dirt being kicked up. Oh, as Unforgiven gets it a bit wrong there as Stealth tries to get inside Brownie, in his car should I say. Ghosting kicked in there, so unlucky for Unforgiven. That's put him all the way down in 8th at the back, just behind Brownie, and Stealth up at the top. Grasshopper out in front. He started in front and he is trying to lead the way. He's trying to open a gap to Neil Farmack already. Now the BMW should be okay around here actually. It seems to perform well when there are tighter turns. I'm not so sure about the Genesis, the coupe. We shall see if anybody can make it work around here. It's Neil Farmack. Brian Moncani in third still in the other Genesis. He's closely followed by Scooby. So let's jump on board with Scooby, shall we? As we come around these final few turns, it is just left, right, left, right, left, right on these on this track. As Scooby gets a much tighter turn into that final turn 15. And I thought he was going to slip up the inside of Brian Moncani, but Brian's managed to hold on to that third position. So through turn 1 they go, up into turn 2. It's almost a hairpin, and you can see there are no curbs, no barriers. There are nothing to stop these guys going off into the giant sandpit that makes up this this circuit. Dirt being kicked up from Brian Moncani. He's trying to blind Scooby, I think. He's trying to stop him seeing where he's going. He's doing it again there, you can see. Really tough to keep the cars on track. Let's just have a look a bit further down. Stealth has picked up a 1 second penalty. That's a bit harsh. 1 second round here. Bad enough you're going off track, but to get penalties as well. Unforgiven in 7th. He's made up a bit of ground on Brownie, but oh, poor old Brownie's got a penalty. He's just serving that now. So he's got some work to do to catch up. The poor old Brownie down at the back as he comes around turn 12 into turn 13, and this is where you get the left right bit to complete the second lap as he just comes around turn 15. Now onto this straight, it's 400 metres, just about a quarter of a mile long, this long straight going into turn 1. So Brownie foot down as hard as he can to bring that Civic around and try and catch up to the back of Unforgiven. Back up to the top though. Oh, and Grasshopper's picked up a penalty as well, a 1.5 second penalty, but he has got quite a decent gap back to Neil Farmack. Now Grasshopper's just about to serve his penalty as he comes around this well, very awkward hairpin loop at the top of the track at turn 8. Now Grasshopper's paid his penalty and he's trying to get back up to speed, and he's going to maintain his position out in front. Neil Farmack, Brian Moncani and Scooby were just too far behind to catch him up, so Grasshopper really doing a fantastic job out in front, and Brian can't catch him. Scooby hanging in there as well in the BMW. As I said, he's had some good results. He's got himself on the podium a few times, so Scooby not messing about today. Finally starting to get to grips with the BMW as we come towards the end of the championship. but that's the case with most of the guys, to be fair. Nath in the Mercedes in 5th. I think it is one of 2 Mercedes on there. I was going to say it's the only one because Wadru backed out, but Unforgiven's in the Mercedes as well. But Nath doing a good job so far in 5th. In the, I don't know how you say, is it Wix or WIX? I'm not sure, but it's a great livery. Anyway, then we've got Stealth with another penalty, a half a second. The Focus really does struggle around here. It's the throwing it from left to right really unsettles the car. It's very slidey at the best of times on the front end. So these tight turns are really not suited for the Focus. As we see Unforgiven getting a bit onto the sand, struggling a bit in that Merc as Stealth tries to put him under all sorts of pressure. Again, abusing track limits is okay on some circuits. This one it's not, because if you do get a tyre on the dirty stuff, then it will spin you out and send you off into the wilderness. So far though, these guys are doing a great job of actually keeping it on the grey bit. I was expecting there to be carnage actually, and cars all over the place, but no, it's all very clean at the minute. As we follow the championship leader at the minute, Neil Farmack, desperately trying to catch up to the back of Grasshopper. Brian Moncani sitting there in 3rd with Scooby just behind him 4th. Let's jump on board with Brian as we come down this long back straight, foot planted firmly on the noisy pedal, and then it's hard on the brakes as we come into these final few turns. It's a very tricky section, this. You can't really get your foot down, and Brian's struggling to see where he's going actually, with the amount of dust being kicked up by Neil. Scooby just sitting there behind Brian, but Brian holding on to 3rd. This won't do his point situation any harm, will it, in the championship? Brian currently sitting in 4th. Well, he's a good, well, just about 100 points off of Neil Farmack at the top, but he might be able to leapfrog. Well, he'll definitely leapfrog Woodrow, obviously. I don't think he's going to get catch Stormfly either, but Brian could secure a good 3rd here. So let's leave Brian to it for a minute and see what's happening elsewhere. Now then, Unforgiven has got himself up into 5th. Stealth has got himself another penalty. So Unforgiven, I'm sorry we missed that, but he's managed to claw his way back. He was loitering around at the back, wasn't he? But he's now up to 5th. Stealth serving his penalty into 6th. He's going to come under a bit of pressure from Nath. So Nath's had an issue, hasn't he? Because he was in 5th at one point, but now battling away as Unforgiven decides to move some of the cones out of the way. Yeah, just get them out of the way. We don't want any roadworks, do we? Not today. Get rid of them cones. So Nath chasing Stealth through the final turn at turn 15, then onto this long straight heading towards turn 1. And then poor old Brownie, well, quite a long way off the back of the pack, so really is struggling around this track. I thought the Civic might do well round here, but yeah, I think Brownie struggled with it all season. It's a real shame. It is. It's a great car. It just has not been able to keep up with the likes of the Mercs and the BMWs, unfortunately. But Brownie giving it everything he's got. Back up to the top then, Grasshopper. Wow, look at the lead that Grasshopper has got now. He's got the fastest lap, a 1:11.6, and that is quick round here, and you can see that that was on his last lap. Well, lap 5 was a 1:11 as well. Lap 2 was a 1:11, so Grasshopper really pushing hard here as he crosses the start finish line to start lap 8. We are just approaching the 9-minute mark, so just a little over 6 minutes of race 1 to go. Grasshopper looks like he's got this one sewn up, as long as he does not make a mistake. Neil Farmack in 2nd. Now then, Scooby has managed to get by Brian Moncani. Brian Moncani has picked up a penalty. It's only half a second, but Scooby has already got in front of him. So Scooby moves up into third, gets himself on that podium spot again. Brian will have to serve that penalty, as he's just about to do now, which is going to drop him off the back of Scooby just that little bit more. I'm sure he is saying a few choice words in the car. He's having a bit of a word with his technical director over the radio. I can imagine what's being said. He will be kicking himself for that, so that's just allowed Scooby to get that little bit further up the road. In fact, it looks like Scooby is going to be pushing Neil Farmack in a minute. So Scooby, he's not finished. He's not happy with a third podium spot, is he? He wants to get on the next step up. So he is going to be putting Neil Farmack under a bit of pressure at any second now. We'll just have a quick look down and see what's happening elsewhere. Unforgiven in fifth. He's on his own, really. No real pressure. Stealth is trying to catch up. Stealth finally trying to get to grips. Oh, we've got a yellow for... Oh, it's Neil Farmack, our championship leader. Well, what happened to him? And it just shows even the best of us. There we go. Rear tyre onto the sand, and, well, he is just left in a cloud of dust. So, yeah, there you go. Even the best of us can get it wrong on a track like this. Well, that's dropped Neil down to fourth. So Brian back up onto the podium. Neil trying to clean those tyres off. 5 minutes to go, so I was going to say there's some time for him to catch back up, but I don't think he will actually. That was unlucky. He's just waiting for either Brian or Scooby to make a mistake. I don't think Grasshopper's going to do it. He's so far in front. In fact, it looks like he's going to be lapping Brownie anytime soon. So let's just see what's happening elsewhere. Unforgiven still in fifth, Stealth in sixth. Nice little gap back to Nath in seventh, and then Brownie, as we've seen, struggling in race one. Hopefully he'll come back a bit stronger in race 2 and 3. Fingers crossed. So let's go sort of mid-pack again and see what's happening. It's Neil Farmack in fourth, Unforgiven in fifth, Stealth in sixth. Everything's sort of calmed down a little bit now. Brian in third. Not close enough at the minute to Scooby to put him under any kind of pressure, so it does look like Scooby could get himself onto the podium yet again. This will be the fourth time this season for Scooby. Grasshopper, though, way out in front. What a fantastic race he's having. You can't deny he really has got to grips with that BMW. And is he easing off? Well, yeah. And I don't blame him, to be honest. His last lap was a 1:12. He had a 1:13 in lap 7. So maybe had a bit of an issue, served a penalty or something. I don't know if we missed that one. But a good race from Grasshopper. He's got 3 minutes now. He's just got to keep it on track. So what we're looking at, about another two laps, something like that, for Grasshopper. Scooby sitting in second. Then we've got Brian Moncani. So everybody pretty much spread out now. Gaps all over the place. Unforgiven. Now then, did he get that a little bit wrong there? Let's see what happened to Unforgiven. I thought I saw him kicking up some dust. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just kicking up dust. In fact, let's just go on board, shall we, with Unforgiven as we come towards the end of this. Yeah, there we go. I thought we were just caught the sand again, run over the cone that he put there earlier. That is a very tricky. We've got another spinner as well, and that's Nath. Let's just go back and see what happened to him. It is a real tricky turn, this one at the bottom of the hill. So we come around turn 8, and then we're onto this long stretch now, and it is full throttle down here. Now when you get to turn 9 and 10, as we do here, you have to start to touch the brakes. And if you don't, that's what happens. You end up on the sand and you can't slow down, and you end up in that little parking bay there at turn 12. So unlucky for Nathan, not the first and definitely won't be the last to do that. Great shot of the track there actually, and the mountains in the background. Now this is a real world circuit, so this place does exist. Why you would want to go there I don't know, but it does exist. So I'm just going to go back up and see what's happening with Grasshopper as he comes around turn 8. Oh, we've got somebody parked up. Now, who's that? Ah, no, it's going to be Brownie, I think. Brownie, yeah, moving over just to allow the boys to go by. So good on him for Brownie moving out of the way. Doesn't want to cause any issues at all. As Grasshopper comes around the final turn. Now then, what we'll do is we'll jump on board with Grasshopper and we shall see how he does a lap. Hopefully learn something. So as we approach turn 1 then, little kink in the road, then through to turn 2, this hairpin right-hander, then we start on down the hill into turn 3. It's a sweeping left-hander, but very easy to drift out there onto the right and go onto the gravel, but Grasshopper makes it look easy. Then we go through turns 4 and 5, and then we've got turn 6, which is a right-hander. You can see how we go left, right, left, right, left, right, into turn 7, and then we go up to turn 8, which is this awkward hairpin loop. Power down now onto this back straight down the hill, and you'll just see Grasshopper, I'm sure, just have a touch of the brakes. There we go, just to slow us down just enough to make this turn at 12 into 13, 14, and then the final turn at turn 15, which takes us back onto the start finish line. So that's how you do it. Cones all over the place, but a good lap there from Grasshopper to show us how it's done. Now we are into the last minute, so it will be Grasshopper's last lap. Let's have a look and see who else is going to get another lap in. Scooby is currently sitting in second. He's going to get another lap in. Brian Moncarney coming around turn 15 onto the straight. He's going to cross the finish line and he's going to get another lap in, as is Neil Farmack. Unforgiven, he's got 2 seconds to go. Is Unforgiven going to cross the line? Yes, he is. So Stealthy's going to be the first one to finish in 6th position, with Nath across the line in 7th. Brownie has already finished in 8th. A tough track, so well done to those guys. Even though they finished 6th, 7th and 8th, it is a good result on this circuit. Excuse me. Grasshopper coming down the back straight. Let's just have a look and see if anybody is battling away, and I don't think they are. So excuse me, we will stay with Grasshopper as we come around these final couple of turns. Fantastic racing from him, and a thoroughly deserved victory. Although he's picked the penalty up and that will convert into 1 second, that's not going to affect his position. So well done to Grasshopper. Scooby, a brilliant race from him to take the 2nd spot on the podium. He'll be pleased with that, I'm sure. And Brian Moncarney battling away to the end with Neil Farmack in the Genesis. 2 Genesis across the line, but Brian's going to get it. So well done to Brian Moncarney. Neil Farmack finishes in 4th, with Unforgiven just rounding the final bend now to come across the line in 5th. So fantastic racing from these League 1 guys. Already looking forward to race 2. I'm going to get something to drink and try and clear my throat. So hopefully you can join me back here for race 2.